Hey guys, today we have a pseudo unboxing and review of the 1964 ears in-ear monitors, their newest model called the V6. The V6 has 6 drivers per ear, balanced armature drivers, 2 for the low end, 2 for the mids, and 2 for the highs. I'm going to show you guys quickly here what comes in the box because it is kind of a nice collection of stuff. Some companies, they don't always include all the bells and whistles. 1964 ears is not one of those companies. There's some really nice stuff here. The case, as you can see, it is a little bit nicer than a lot of the other ones I've seen. It's a heavier plastic. You can see here at the top, this is actually a durable foam, while here underneath is a very nice rubber that kind of coats the side here. It's very cool. I like it a lot. There's also like a pressure release valve right here, which is also kind of nice because I have noticed with some of my other in-ear monitors traveling on a plane and whatnot, it's really hard to get the containers open sometimes when the pressure builds up in there. So not to be overlooked, the container for this is quite nice. These are the V6 in-ear monitors themselves. Very cool. I'll go through those in just a bit, but to run through here quickly, a velvet E type of bag that comes with it. Pretty cool. Inside here we have your traditional large to small headphone jack adapter, a clip, your standard issue wax ear cleaner. If you look closely, if you guys can see this, there's a little loop at the top of this. It's very handy for getting out earwax that collects in the bores of the in-ear monitor. So you reach in there and grab it with the loop and pull it out. That's pretty handy because the last thing you want is for one of your ear canals in your in-ear monitor to get completely full with earwax. That would be bad. So, and then there's a little brush on the end. This is a very handy device. If you have your in-ear monitors for any length of time, you're probably going to keep this handy. Don't lose it. And my personal favorite, and almost an essential, often overlooked, the headphone cable clip. This clip is very imperative at times when you want it, when you're moving around and you're being portable and you don't want the cable noise to distract you. Also, if you are walking around, there's a small chance that they'll get yanked out of your ears. This is really helpful because it kind of protects as a protective barrier from them ripping right out of your ears, which can be painful. It's happened to me, unfortunately, multiple times on occasion. So it's really twofold. But the cable rubbing isn't to be overlooked either because it really kind of makes a large scratchy bass sound when you have a full seal going with the likes of these type of headphones. So it's something that it may seem small, but in the end is really helpful, and I'm really glad to see that they included this with the package. As far as the in-ear monitors themselves, these have the V6 logo on the back. The mid and the low drivers are visible through this clear shell. You can also get this in a bunch of different colors. Also put custom artwork on the outside if you so desire. This particular model is clear, so this is what you'd get if you ordered something like that. You can see it is a dual bore design. That means the highs go through one channel and the mids and the low go through the other bore. Both channels meet together in your ear, but they are separated out in the earpiece specifically. You can see the drivers through the window here. That's the mids and the lows. The treble, if we can find it, it's located on this side. They're smaller and they go right into their own individual bore near the top. So like I said, these are pretty simple. They just have the simple V6 logo, but you can get them customized out a lot of different ways. The molds can be different. They also do soft ear canals. The basic construction of these is acrylic. So the material itself is quite hard, but if the custom fit is right, the discomfort is not really that bad. In fact, a really good pair of in-ear monitors will provide a good seal for that's essential for a great bass, accurate bass, but they also shouldn't have any type of discomfort. They should kind of melt away. If you're really active and moving around, you can barely tell that they're even in your ear sometimes if the fit is right. So it's important to get a good fit. Not always the easiest thing to do, but once you got it, it's quite worth it. So, a real benefit to these over the universals is that custom mold. It's it's a bit more comfortable. and the seal is always perfect, which helps with bass and everything else. So that's a pretty cool feature of these in-ear monitors overall. You can see the cable is pretty standard. This one's actually interchangeable, comes out. So if you want to upgrade the cable later, you're more than welcome to do that with these. And this is a pretty standard 2 connection. So you can also get a balanced cable for these if you so desire. So there's like a little bit of interchangeability available there. From my experience, this cable, when it is clear like this, if you work out extensively with it, it will start to oxidize and turn a slightly green color. So just something to think about if you're thinking about cable colors. The V6s run around $650. Now, compared to a lot of the other players in the field, I actually found this to be quite a good price for a custom in-ear monitor. Some of the top of the lines go up to $2,000. There's some that are around the $1,200 mark that all perform exceptionally well. However, this one is like roughly half the price of the flagship Jerry Harvey 16, which has 2 more drivers in it, 8 per side. But I found this to be more than half of the quality, if that makes any sense. The quality of this is easily worth the price. The sound signature on this to be pretty, it's not inflated in the bass to the degree of the JH16s. It is more of a slight bump in the bass. It's not flat. I would say there's a little bit of an accentuated bass to it. However, it's very nice and detailed and less than that of the JH16. So if you're really a bass head, you may want to look at the 16, but if you want just a bit of a bump, this one actually has a really nice bass signature. For in-house listening, not portable listening, I would say I almost prefer this amount of bass over the JH16s. The JH16s really have a great outdoor portable balance, where bass, like I said, with the cable rumming outdoor, your feet hitting the pavement, or the shaking of a subway car if you're riding in transit, those kind of noises, they generally give you a lot of bass sound, which interferes with the bass, so a little like more accentuated bass works out. However, for home listening or quiet backdrops, this one is actually a little bit less, and I prefer it for that particular scenario. When it comes to the mids, I found the mids to be pretty exceptional as well, especially for $650. Great mids, nice liquid, not too forward, not too far back. They felt right where they should belong. The treble on these I found to be a little bit more accentuated than the JH16. So the treble was there, it was good, it was energetic. I liked all those qualities. However, I did find, and this is maybe the main differential aside from the bass with the JH16s, the high end was not quite as smooth. So unfortunately, there is a little bit of a drawback in that the smoothness of the high end wasn't quite where a lot of the other guys are. However, in a vacuum, I don't know if you would necessarily notice that as much. It's a pretty subtle thing. So these are not the best I've ever heard in the world. However, for $650, they are probably one of the best ones I've heard for $650 in that range. I really enjoyed the sound signature, good energy, nice smooth bass, mids. Like I said, great energy in the treble, however, not the smoothest. It's basically the curve for you in a quick summary there. But the quality in the build is right on par with all the other in-ear monitors I've really looked at. There's not really too much of a build issue with a lot of these guys. They're pretty similar in build, feel. They use a lot of the same materials in the construction, so not too much to really talk about there. But overall, a really great thing. If you aren't into in-ear monitors for portable use, I really find them to be a great alternative to around-the-ear headphones. So check out their site, 1964ears.com. They also offer a couple of other really cool sleeves for universals, where you can have like this type of custom fit, but then you just plug in your universal driver right into the back of this. They have them remolding for universal drivers, so they do have a couple of really cool alternatives for all universals as well on their site. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps me out. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you much.